Your customer goes on a journey, just like every hero and every story ever told. You can invite them on this journey if you make your marketing an adventure. There are plenty of people who don't decide to become your customers because there's not a map for the journey that you want them to take. By mapping your customer journey to the journey of the hero, you can lead them on the quest and clearly guide them to the next step. Joseph Campbell described the journey of the hero in his classic work, The Hero with a Thousand Faces, where he described the monomyth, the story underneath all stories. Once you learn about the hero's journey, you see it everywhere, in every blockbuster movie and ancient fable, from the last novel you read to your own customer journey. What most marketing gets wrong is thinking they're Luke Skywalker. But you are not the hero of the story. Your customer is the hero. You are like the Obi-Wan, the wise mentor who helps equip the hero with the training and the knowledge to attain their goal. Their goal is not the same as your goal. Their journey is not your journey. Imagine your customer going on Joseph Campbell's journey of the hero. It's a 3-stage process from departure to initiation to return. And these are the 12 steps. You leave the ordinary world, you take the call to adventure, there's a refusal of the call. Then you meet the mentor. You cross the threshold into a new and interesting world. You're beset by tests, enemies, and allies, and you approach the inmost cave where you have a supreme ordeal. If you survive the supreme ordeal, then you get a reward, and you take the road back to the ordinary world, where there is a resurrection and a return with elixir. Now let me demonstrate this with some blockbuster movies. Frodo has an ordinary world in the Shire, and that ordinary world is what gives us a counterpoint to the rest of the adventure. When Katniss Everdeen volunteers as tribute in the Hunger Games, she accepts the call to adventure. When Neo finally gets a call from Morpheus, initially he refuses the call and decides not to take the adventure. When young Arthur meets Merlin in The Sword and the Stone, he gains a mentor who can help him understand this new and confusing world. When Dorothy crosses the threshold into the land of Oz, the world goes from black and white to bright color. When Harry Potter flies through the Quidditch pitch in the 4th novel of the series, The Goblet of Fire, he's beset by tests, enemies, and assisted by his allies. When Ethan Hunt gets his crack team of super thieves together in every Mission Impossible movie, there's this big long scene where they approach the inmost cave. When Aang fights the Fire Lord in Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's a supreme ordeal. It's the final boss battle. After the final battle, Indiana Jones chooses the cup of a carpenter, and he gets the Holy Grail, the reward he'd been seeking the entire time in The Last Crusade. Even after getting his parents back together in 1955, Marty McFly still has to go 88 miles per hour to get back to the future. When Joy gets back to headquarters in the Pixar movie Inside Out, she learns that sadness has a core role to play in Riley's life. When Captain America returns from replacing the Infinity Stones in Avengers Endgame, he brings back the shield that had been lost and bequeaths it on the next Captain America. This progression is familiar because we've seen it so many times before. You can align the journey of the hero to the customer journey and make your marketing an adventure by creating a map for your customer that follows these same stages. From Beowulf to Star Wars, from The Matrix to Moana, we communicate with one another through this monomyth, this universal story. You can gain access to this same primal understanding by using the Customer Journey Workbook, which you can get for free by subscribing to the Stellar Platforms newsletter. And I'll send it to you right away with my masterclass on how to combine the customer journey with the universal journey of the hero.